been nice having Philip back. He's been doing a lot of stuff for me and getting things done around here. Worked on my welding cart, got it mostly finished, and I'm just going to cut out some pieces today for the electrical portion of it on the back. I think we're kind of at a stopping point until I use it for a little bit. I started designing some grinder racks and some disc holders and some other stuff, and I thought, no, I'm just going to use it as is for a little bit and kind of see where I want stuff. I typically grind outside, so having it on my rack isn't really that important because I'm not going to wheel that outside. I usually do the welding inside. So I don't know. I kind of am at a loss on that. I may just leave them on the wall over there where I had them, but probably not. I saw one that is really, it's just the same thing I have, a little piece of 1 or 1.5 inch flat bar, but he put it on basically a little pipe swivel, you know, homemade swivel. So, and it can swing out from under his table is what it looked like. It was only on Pinterest, so I couldn't really find a video or anything, but that's really all it is. And that's kind of what I'm looking at, because I have 4 or 5 grinders, I don't remember, and then I want to get a big 7-inch grinder also, so they're going to stick out a little bit more than the width of mine. So I think having that, you know, I could swing it out and kind of when I'm using things. And so I don't know, but again, that's one of those things. It's kind of like some of the campuses that wait a semester to build sidewalks, and then they build sidewalks after they see where the paths are. So I may just kind of hold off on that. But finally, Christmas has been gone for a while, but I got a pretty good present for Christmas. So I think it's time to break this out. Let's put it on the ground, lift up. I don't know anybody that doesn't like new tools. Pretty good. It does shoot off quite a bit of dust though. This is just the frame so that I can weld it to the cart, and then I'll put a lug on here as a ground bar to ground it to the cart. So, and then that way it gives it something for me to weld up without having to use self-tap screws and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm just gonna use these magnets as square enough, and then, you know, like I said, I'm gonna be putting a front and a back on it anyway, so it's not gonna be perfectly square or anything like that. I'm not gonna be drilling through it to put any of the wiring on. All the wiring is gonna go through the front piece, and then that way you can lift the wires and put it on. So I'm just gonna weld this up as best I can, and probably not even really weld it, just put a couple tacks in all the corners, and that'll be good enough. Well, I forgot to go grind these. I thought I was gonna weld, but not yet. Okay, let's try it now that I got it grounded off. Better shut that garage, it's pretty windy. Turn the power on. Boy, I'm having a fish just go in. Pretty good without anything. You can see that. It's pretty decent already. Okay, so I changed my mind. I went outside and found my junk pile, and I have this piece that's 12 by 12. So it'll just save me from having to make a back, really. I'm just gonna stick it on there, cut off this ragged side, and then there we go. So I'll have this little back on here, and then all I gotta do is put a couple of gussets in the front, well, 4 instead of 8. So if I make a back on it, then I don't have to worry about that. And since I have this nice, perfect piece of metal right here, that's really great, I'll just grind it down a little bit and use it, because I only have one cut. And I probably should cut it first, but I may just wait and use my plasma cutter and zip it off of there when I'm done. I don't know what that was. I had 2 little warning lights on there. Always a lot faster than trying to cut it with a disc. There we go. It did take a little longer, but I think it'll be a much better option. And then it'll all be welded on, and then you'll just have the front cover to take on and off when you need to access it. Hopefully I'll never need to access it unless I'm going to add an outlet. So, just going to put this on here. Oh, actually I marked back, top, front. So actually I want it on this side, because this is front of the cart, back of the box. So I want it right here. I already kind of dry fitted it, so I know where I need to clamp these. Pretty flush to me. I'm going to tack it on, and then since I'm not a very good welder, I'll probably flip this thing down on its side so I can weld horizontally or whatever. I'm not going to try to do the underhand and overhead and all that crap. Ain't no reason to. Except for right here where I'm going to tack it. didn't appear to move. That's a good sign. Starting to get a little bit heavy, but that's good because it'll have 4 machines on it. But it's not that bad. I don't think that's going anywhere. So right here is a clip of the bottle holder. I don't think I included that in the first half video. I just showed you where he put the bolt on there and the cross member there on the frame. He bent this around kind of to where it'll just fit the 2 bottles, and if we ever add another bottle, we can just make the piece of flat bar a little bit longer and put another bend in it to hold the 3 of them together. So anyway, it worked out pretty good. Keeps everything nice and tight, shakes the whole cart. I don't think those bottles are going to go anywhere. So just sitting here one night with my wife, I guess it was last night or the other night, and sat here while we were watching our movies, and got this all drawn out, and you know, I'm gonna put the 3 outlets right here, 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one down here, or excuse me, right here in the middle, so that the cords hang down. And then if I ever want to add another one, I can there. And then right here are going to be, one's going to be a power strip going out, and then I'm just going to put a regular outlet right here on the back, and then the main extension cord will be coming in here. So now I just got to get that cut out. All right, we had a little change of plans here. We found this piece of plate off of the old welding cart and decided to use it as a faceplate because it worked out just right. So he took what I drew up on the piece of board and just used it as a template to mark the holes and everything for this plate. So it made it a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. But he's going to get all those drilled out next.
I'll just cut those lips off there and it'll be free. Okay, got my center punch sharpened. That's better. All right, let's see. Can you see that? Yeah. You can see it fits there. All right, so I'll continue along. I'm gonna put 4 of them. I was just doing 2 in there, and then I'll come back. That way I'm sure it's lined up. I'll come back once I get all that done. So I got this one kind of loosely mounted in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of them in there. So there we are. Got it done. As you can tell by that mess of wires, took a few tries, but actually tried with 10 gauge first, but they wouldn't fit in these little connectors. So then I had to go back with 12 gauge. And the extension cord, since it's stranded wire, it wouldn't push in to the connector. So we just use a little jumper wire and wire nut on those 3. And yeah, looks kind of messy. Probably could have made these wires a little longer to space out the connections, but everything's insulated. Nothing's going to short out and it'll all work. So, and I guess I'll show it to you from the front side. So that's what it'll look like. So it turned out pretty good. I don't know what's going on here. Ow. I don't know what's happening in that hole. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Well, let's see if we hear the breaker trip or anything happen. Everything sounds good. Don't see no smoke or anything like that. So let's get a meter and we'll see what we've got. Let's see if y'all can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Okay. So we'll go from here to there. $120, $120, kind of hard to get a connection in there. $240, $240, $120, $120. Come on. There we go. 120. $120. course, we should just have our regular 120 here somewhere. There it is. There we go. Okay, so everything works. Let's plug the welders in and fire them up. Well, I see our first problem. Should have mounted those upside down. Let's see if you can see better. Yeah, should have mounted those upside down. Yeah, I can tell you now, we'll be flipping these over. But guess we got this one too. Okay, well, let's see. This one's on the back. You can hear it running. That one's lit up, plasma cutter. See it blinking over there. And let's try this one down here. So it works. Now, let's see if that outlet we put in works. Oh, got a grinder. Works great. Now, probably have to talk to Dad, but we'll probably end up flipping those plugs over because that just ain't right. But okay, so got all the plugs flipped around now, so that looks a lot better than before. Oh, she's really starting to look like a cart here. Spin it around. So yeah, this will be much better than having the welders spread out around the shop and nothing in the same spot. Okay, so here's why this one's got to be removable. We got the door here to change our wire. So, you know, you only change the wire maybe once every year or two. So, you know, pull your bolt, set your thing down, and now you can get in here and change your wire. And then once you're done changing your wire, close it back up. Okay, there it is. Got our hose hanger for the plasma cutter, all the TIG stuff, and the MIG. There's not very much on there, but we do plan on getting a longer gun for that welder. Down here on the stick welder, you know, I mean, this thing's probably only been used 5 times since we've gotten it, probably 5 years ago or however long it was. And, you know, there's not much cords with it, so they'll just stack up there just fine. And if we want, I've got another hanger over here still if we want to do something with it. So the saw fits down there, and in that black case is a portable bandsaw. And yeah, there's all the welders, MIG stuff, grinding wheels. And we decided to spread these out right there to give us a little space. We might build some kind of a hat hanger or who knows what, but we figured it'd be just leave it open for now. And because when Dad designed this cart 2 years ago, he designed it for the stick welder to be up here too, all 4 of them to be up top. But yeah, we just decided to do it like this.
Yeah, actually, he just decided that because it's not used very often, give us a little bit more space on top, make it a little bit better storage, wouldn't have all of that weight on the top for weight distribution, and it looks better this way anyway. I do like it. Gives you a little more room for laying your tools and stuff on that top shelf.
So there's all the plasma cutter stuff. And there's what it looks like from the back. So got our bottles all hooked in. Got argon on the left and C25 on the right. Yeah, so I think it'll work out good. Got a plug there for a grinder, regular 110. And yeah, I mean, about the only other thing that I was gonna do is I still need to weld a handle right here on the front. But I gotta go get some pipe for that. We don't have any, so. But yeah, there it is. About 2 years in the making, but finally it's done and should make everything work a lot better. You know, we might paint it or whatever, but for now it's working and it gets all of our welding stuff in one spot. Still got a little bit down here, little odds and ends. But brushes and adapters and whatever else, but yeah. And we got the grinders over here still, but you know, for the most part, it gets it all in one place.